A celebrity couple is accused of paying $500,000 to get their two daughters into college through a side door.
You know who this is? Does everybody know? He's going to be a fantastic prime minister, I can tell you.
This morning, a storied rivalry arrives day one at the U.S. Open.
Walking hand in hand into federal court, Hollywood star Loughlin and her fashion designer husband, Massimo Giannulli, looked serious, subdued, and businesslike.
Oh my goodness.
A glaring difference from the last time Loughlin was here, when she stopped to smile and greet fans. Sworn in together on Tuesday, the couple sat side by side, answering a series of yes and no questions. Presenting a united legal front, the pair will use the same defense team, telling the judge they see no conflicts of interest as their case moves towards trial. Facing the possibility of years behind bars after turning down a plea deal, the celebrity couple is accused of paying $500,000 to get their two daughters into college through a side door. In court, their attorney saying they did not know the money was being used to bribe college officials.
I'm Anne. You are a good mom. Good mom.
Prosecutors say Olivia Jade and Isabella posed as crew recruits, though neither girl rode competitively or planned to at USC.
I don't really care about school, as you guys all know.
Olivia Jade, an influencer with a massive social media following, and Isabella remain enrolled in school as the university conducts their own investigation. 2 years ago, Loughlin spoke to Page 6 about the pressures of getting her children into college.
I never push my kids to, I always say do the best you can.
Yeah.
I was never that kid. My husband too, their dad. We were never like at school, you got to get straight A's. We were never those parents.
With Loughlin potentially facing a long legal road ahead, fellow actress Felicity Huffman will learn her fate next month. After pleading guilty to conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest services mail fraud, the Hollywood star accepted a plea deal for a reduced recommended sentence. But while Huffman could get 4 to 10 months in prison, Loughlin, who's fighting all charges, could be sentenced to years if convicted, according to federal guidelines. A real-life legal drama starring two big Hollywood names.
Longtime acquaintances, a first-time meeting as leaders, with a very Trump-style affirmation of Boris Johnson.
You know who this is? Does everybody know? He's going to be a fantastic prime minister, I can tell you. And we're having very, very good meetings.
But unlike the president's typical bravado, he told reporters he has doubts about ratcheting up his tariff fight with China.
Do you have second thoughts about escalating the war with
I
China?
have second thoughts about everything.
Today, leaders from the Group of Seven Nations arrive for their first full day of meetings with a Trump-suggested agenda on the global economy. President Trump will be the host of this conference next year. Asked about inviting Russia, which was ousted in 2014 after annexing Crimea, he said no vote was taken.
We did have a discussion about Russia last night as to whether or not we want to invite him back. I think it's advantageous. I think it's a positive. Other people agree with me, and some people don't necessarily agree.
Alongside Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe,
Bilateral trade.
the president offered rare criticism of North Korea for continued missile testing, seen as a threat by Japan.
I'm not happy about it, but again, he's not in violation of an agreement. We speak.
Overall, President Trump made a point to dispute news stories that suggested tensions between himself and other leaders.
We had a very, very good lunch. We had a very, very good dinner last night. Everybody was at the dinner.
This morning, a storied rivalry arrives day one at the U.S. Open. Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova facing off for the first time ever at Arthur Ashe Stadium. The two tennis stars have met 21 times before, most recently at the 2016 Australian Open. Sharapova vying for her first win against Williams since 2004, while 8th-ranked Serena keeps trying for a record-tying 24th Grand Slam singles trophy. It comes almost a year after Williams made headlines during her U.S. Open finals match against Naomi Osaka, when an umpire penalized Williams for coaching, saying he saw her receive hand signals from the stands. U.S. Tennis telling the New York Times that umpire will not be in the chair for any of her matches this year. 21-year-old Osaka, returning to this year's Open as the #1 seed, says she'll be watching today's Williams-Sharapova showdown.
Of course I'm going to watch it. I think everyone in New York's going to watch it.
On the men's side, all eyes are on the big three. Defending champion Novak Djokovic and 5-time U.S. champion Roger Federer hit the court for their first-round matches today. Their first appearances on a Grand Slam court since facing off in a record-breaking 5-hour Wimbledon final last month.
This is probably the best I've felt in years, coming into the U.S. Open.
Djokovic, Federer, and Spain's Rafael Nadal have won 54 of the last 65 majors. Nadal, who plays tomorrow, asked about the trio's dominance over the sport.
It's a special story of this sport and hopefully still counting.